Hey everybody, Roger here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about anxiety and depression. One of the things that I love talking about is this topic. RLQ wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for this specific topic, because when I was going through it and as I was healing myself, I made a promise to myself that I wanted to show people and prove to people that anxiety and depression isn't the end, and that there is a light afterwards. So I was able to do it. I figured a way how to, fix my mind and strengthen it. And not only that, but also, I started to love myself more. And I kind of created like a formula for myself, so that I can, find crawl out of that darkness and to find that light again. And, that's why I think these videos are very, very important, because if you're going through that right now, or if you're going through anxiety and depression, you may be feeling the same way as I was, feeling lost in life, feeling that the world is against you, feeling that, there is no hope in the world, that you're always gonna live in this darkness for the rest of your life. Because honestly, I felt that way too, and it definitely wasn't the best feeling in the world. It was actually the worst feeling, because you're at that point in life when you're going through anxiety and depression that you kind of feel like there's no point anymore. Like, what is the point of moving on when you're telling yourself that your life is pretty much, there's nothing to look forward to? And my mind was telling me all of those dirty and nasty things and those negative things, and trying to convincing me is absolutely the thing that it was doing to me, that my life was horrible. And as I woke up every single morning thinking these thoughts, I just didn't want to wake up. I didn't look forward to the day. I didn't see myself in a brighter future, and all I was doing was, making my life worse. My mind was actually doing all that work for me. And, I was just on the other side listening to it. And eventually what happened was my life turned worse. It actually got worse and worse every single day. And, you may be feeling that right now, your anxiety or your depression is just, it's put the brakes down for you moving forward. Like, you've completely stopped. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to talk to anybody. You feel like you just need to be alone. And as you do that, you are basically pushing yourself into this little corner. And as you're doing that on a daily basis, it's actually getting darker and darker and darker, until you feel like, you're not even a part of this world anymore, right? And I look at it as it's okay, because, I did that exactly. But it was all a part of that learning experience for myself, so that I can figure out things. How do I get out of that mess? How do I start getting myself to respect myself and to appreciate my life more, right? There's a lot of steps involved, right? And the hardest part for me was trying to figure out what that specific thing was. Like, where do I start? My world was already a mess. My life was, I looked at my life was almost done, right? Because I didn't have anything to look forward to, right? So, and as I was trying to heal myself, I was trying to figure out what is that thing? What is that thing that's gonna get me to wake up in the morning and to say, hey Roger, today is gonna be a great day. Today, you gotta start looking forward to a brighter future, right? What is that? Until I, if you followed me on my Facebook page, I talk a lot about the basement story, where I had to find something for myself to focus on, because I was tired. I was tired of living a life of darkness. I was tired of seeing my family sad. I was tired of crying every single day and putting myself down every single day. So I learned how to focus. So if you're trying to figure out what that thing is for yourself, how do you get yourself to start? Because as I was healing myself and near the end of it, I finally realized what the most important thing, the thing that actually got me into such a bad situation, was my mind. My mind was controlling my life, and I was allowing it to do so. And everything that it was telling me were negative thoughts. constantly. So I had to step in there and I had to tweak things up here, right? I had to fix things up and organize things and start strengthening my mindset so that I could start thinking positively again. But how do you do that? You know, it was focus. Focus is key, because once you start to once you start to have more focus, then you're going to be able to see what are the important thoughts that are going to help you for a better version of yourself, right? If you're constantly thinking about negative thoughts, that's not going to help you become a better version of yourself, right? You're actually going to be going backwards. So you have to tell yourself, hey, look, I need to go forward. And what do I need to do that, right? I got to tell my mind that, hey, you know what? There is a brighter future out there. There is definitely something out there for me, because I don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? It still hasn't happened yet. So if you can tell yourself that, or put that vision into your head, you know, slowly, you know, it's going to be really hard at first, but once you start visualizing yourself smiling, you know, enjoying moments with the people that you love and care for, or even going out, because when I was going through my anxiety and depression, I didn't want to go out, you know, I just wanted to stay inside the house, and I wanted to stay in there forever, right? And that's okay to do too, because that's a part of that journey, you know, of feeling sad and not loving yourself or not loving your life. You know, these are the things that you're going to experience. So you know, loving yourself is the second most important thing that I learned after focus, because once you start to focus, you're going to be able to tell yourself, hey, you know what? I need to start taking care of myself more, right? I have to stop thinking about these negative thoughts that are ruining my life, you know? And once you get that focus, once you start strengthening your mindset and you start thinking a little bit more clearly, and then you start loving yourself, because when you start loving yourself, you're going to want to start taking care of yourself, both up here. You're gonna want to heal yourself from your inner peace, and that includes crying and yelling. That are all the things that I had to do to release all my inner pain. So if you're crying right now and yelling and are doing whatever you can to get that pain out, you know, because there's only so much you can hold in here, right? You're gonna have to let that out. And you know, once you start realizing all these things, right, then you're gonna start to see these changes. Because right now you're probably asking yourself, I'm sad every single day. I can't picture myself finding my joy and happiness again, right? And I was telling myself that every single day, okay? But I was able to, you know, change the way I think. And once you start to change the way you think, you're gonna start to see amazing changes in your life. And I'm talking about like positive changes, okay? So, you know, this is part one of my series of anxiety and depression. I really want to dive more deeper into it. So stay tuned for more. I hope the information that I'm telling you today is going to help. And I'm gonna continue this, because I know that a lot of people are trying to figure things out. You know, they're trying to find that one person to listen to or to follow, or whatever the case may be, that can help them, you know, and show them that, hey, you know what, this guy here used to have anxiety, used to have depression, he hit rock bottom, right? But he figured a way how to fix the way he thinks, you know. And when you start telling that to yourself, and telling yourself, you know, there's someone out there that actually healed himself from anxiety and depression, then, you know, maybe I can do it too. Or maybe you can say, I can definitely do it too. If he can do it, I can do it. So hopefully this video helps. I'm going to try to do one of these per week. So, you know, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. And I look forward to doing more of these videos. So I'll catch you next video. Take care. Bye-bye.